Final moment in session day one of the Happy Bet European Matchplay. A German crowd comes to him with much of Max following his 6th defeat by time to turn out into a pair of immense pedigree as a world champion finalist in 2000 and A.Jenkins, 46 years of age and still with plenty of appetite, playing a man half his age. Hendriks, 23, from the Netherlands. Hendriks, one of the 12 players to secure a tour card earlier this year. It is European debut in Saarbrücken in April. And work to do here. Jenkins, though, won't be taking anything for granted. Hendriks, a capable player, if not a flamboyant one, Paul Nicholson.
Yeah, he's a throw that's a bit buoyant, a bit bouncy. We'll get into his technique in a little bit, but he's got a little bit of pedigree.
Game on.
First European Tour event of the year for Andy Jenkins in Hamburg. Could be off the mark with
102.
maximum, but it's a ton 40, that'll do.
I've got to get one thing off my chest, I'm afraid, Rob.
Is this a Jimi Hendrix?
It's a Jimi Hendrix thing, because anyone like Jimi Hendrix, you've got a proven theme there, and the captain, which is, maybe looks like the back of a rumble. That was a bit of a cocktail from Mr. Jeng, but not. It's a walk-on song. It's 24 for me, and I think with someone who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, Colin, hope you're well. That's his song. It's
99.
And that should be retired for Colin Lloyd. Now, I think with a name like Jimi Hendrix, you've got to have a Jimi Hendrix.
I got to work with them, and so just work with them, unless there's a issue. I'm not sure. So, yeah, anyway.
You require 82.
It's a Andy Jenkins absolutely picking this one at the moment. Tops
42.
just above the wire, but plenty in hand here for Jenkins in this opening.
Jenkins very good, like he's been stringing these things together very experienced. Jenkins will be talking hours and hours about what he's done and finishing it. Double 10 for the first leg. Sides.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty smart.
Hendriks is close here at the moment. He's potentially small, although that would move him in the right direction. Good thinking from Hendriks, gets him down to a finish. So Jenkins has on his guard here. After 17 darts, Jenkins the opening never really under significant pressure there.
Got to be careful still, because he hasn't been putting the pressure in that leg. Every opportunity for Jim to really find his way in the game and put more pressure on him. So he's got to maintain focus, maintain intensity. Yeah, Jimi Hendrix' action is proddy. You see a very pronounced prod at the start of the throw.
Swing.
Yeah, and then goes into the... If you look at that Jenkins throw, extremely conventional, very efficient. And the most impressive thing to me, out of everything that he's ever done, is the fact that his action now is exactly the same as it was when he was 17. Nothing has changed. And there's not many players can say that through their entire career.
Smoother than Charles Skippy.
140.
He's had highlights his performance in 2017 to the last 16 K Open qualifying. But today is qualifying for the I-18, who was one of the seeds. And Darren Johnson, I mean, Darren Johnson's a player who beat 5-16, what, 2 or 3 weeks earlier, including Vancouver.
Darren Johnson is helping in itself these days.
Given the way, well, especially on the European Tour, whether it's stage or in the qualifiers.
134.
Yeah, some pressure right to this 58. I hit from the first leg. 10s now.
48.
And pressure, I feel, from Jimi Hendrix. I was talking about that. Don't take your eye off him because he puts and all of a sudden he's there. Will he pass?
He's getting closer. And he comes good with the final dart in hand. And yeah, just a little warning there for Andy Jenkins. He had an opportunity to establish a 2-0 lead, didn't take it. And Hendriks the world of.
We mentioned earlier, Rob, that Jimi Hendrix is half the age of Andy Jenkins. You know, you're playing someone's age.
100.
Yeah, Hendriks,
23.
But just one of the sort of young players to emerging right now from Netherlands and also from Belgium. It looks like the Belgian in the last with Mike Decker, the continuing road there. That's a talent player, and it really does bode well for the immediate future. Not for for the Belgium, but for the game itself.
85.
I think competition from Europe will spur on homegrown players in the UK, and will inspire another generation as well.
What's more, take the development over to in other parts of Europe. It allows
100.
the British-based players and players ultimately from other parts of the world, Canada, Australia, Far East, them opportunities in their background or in their yard, because this helps the local players like Van Gogh, Arnevel, like Van der Voort, in that they don't used to play in the Netherlands and Germany, but also because they've been in the UK so much, they get to do that.
Well,
Jenkins is down to tops, but when he gets down to have a it remains to be seen. He has an opportunity to break it, and he too is looking at tops now. And he's not messing around, is he? Looks to be out of sorts in the first leg. He's certainly pulled that one well through behind him. With 2 on the second, all of a sudden, purse lips from Jenkins, and we're in.
Well, Jimi Hendrix has always been the kind of player that
140.
likes to give it the old Michael Van Gerwen. He's from that ilk. It takes a confidence and option to be able to put someone like Andy Jenkins.
Yeah. I mean, Jenkins would be, an idol for many of the players, that would watch when they were younger. Years ago, when he was in the World Championship semi-final. World Championship.
I just hope young players out there realise how good Andy Jenkins is now and how good he has been. Because sometimes people's legacies don't know how good they've been. And you never know. Jimi Hendrix is half the age of Jenkins. If he gets him sort of like for a little bit, that's a great area. What Andy Jenkins would say, put me 23-year-old now to make a few more quid.
140. And you're 160.
160. Set it up now.
100.
That's all right.
You require 79.
19 would be very handy. 11. Oh, really good. The finish over the last couple of legs being exemplary from Jimi Hendrix.
Very neat and tidy from Hendriks. Like I say, that first leg, he looked to be completely out of sorts. Maybe a settler just to ease himself with this one, but since that first leg, he's looked very, very assured out there.
The adrenaline's when you get on that stage, and it is with your arm, with your head. And sometimes you need about 5 minutes to just calm down, self rhythm. And that's why players a really good fast start. They know how to handle it. But
100.
even though Jimi Hendrix has been around a couple of years, sometimes it just takes a little bit more to get used to that. Nothing wrong with Jenkins throwing here.
150.
Hendrix in qualifying took out Jermaine Watermina, someone we've seen on the Euro Tour in the final game. Oh, beautiful. No confidence now, is he, Rob?
He certainly isn't, and this is on the Jenkins throw as well. He could be on course for an 11-dart break here, Jimi Hendriks.
123.
Hit treble 19 in the last leg,
He
so he's
did.
double 11. Now double 12.
Looking very good, isn't he? Double 6 for a 12-dart break.
69. And you require 152.
And you have to say, given the way he's been characteristic, here for pounds. Well, treble 20 for the second with the third dart, which is ironic. Anyway, Hendriks down at double 6 now. Looking good, isn't he? Looking very, very good indeed.
Jimmy to throw first. Game on.
Well, A.Jenkins has got every right to be shell-shocked, because after the first leg he'd have thought, okay, we can get this one. But since then, a couple of doubles from Andy, Jimmy's growing confidence, and it's a totally different match to the first leg and a half.
Just the warning signs were there in that first. Jenkins went at the end, but he didn't convincing on the double first, was he? And then that carried over into the second, and him pounced on that. And perhaps the
100.
tone would be set. Anyway, 2 legs away, Hendriks, still not there yet, still has work.
26.
One of the top players to secure their top card via the Order of Merit Q School this year. He didn't win one of the individual days, he just
59.
did enough consistent course for the days. In large, a last 8 finish on the final day, and a last 16 finish the day before. That really effectively still his place anyway. But he's 1 and 2. Well, lost to Mark Walsh in the first round on his European Tour debut in Saarbrücken. So he's on to the Euro Tour.
No, she was another one with a bucket full of experience.
140. Give you 122.
Yeah, Jenkins still not down to a finish. Hendriks on 1-2-2. So 6 start from here. Right. Sets up as he can.
62.
Not quite in the treble bed.
Yeah, because Andy finished there, doesn't want to go the 18 and Messer just wanted to set it up.
25. You require 60.
The way he's been hitting doubles all over this leg. 10 for a 5-1 lead.
Jenkins can only stand and watch at the back of the stage. And well, he's been given a reprieve here. A chance to break back here. Double 16 has to go.
Go to the 6th leg.
Change it, or is it just delaying what many will see as being the inevitable? Find out in Hendriks, though, still looking good at 4-2. Throwing
70 to throw first. Game on.
Be a game changer, being a break a throw. Almost mirrors what happened earlier in that second leg. And he missed a couple of shots at door. And he goes on a run. And he can get on that run. He can find a level, if not a front, in the next minutes. But Jimmy can over him, just marginal better.
174.
Get on cue. 174. Man from Hampshire. Now the kind of visits Andy really wants from Jimmy. He wants 3 on the wire. But unfortunately for Andy, he gets the sort of thing.
Yeah, Jenkins actually showing the averages. That's largely because of the fact that Hendriks didn't get down to getting the job off in fairly quick style and getting down to doubles, whereas Jenkins has only got 2 legs on the board. So, yeah, scoring is certainly 11 total scores, 4 40s and 1
42.
compared to 6 scores from Jenkins so far.
A.Jenkins hasn't gone into decline here, but 1-3-3 is a tricky finish.
Yeah. Someone like double eight would be action, but
93. Jimmy, you require 125.
set up the opportunity. Now then, Hendriks took away. First slips again.
105. And you require
Great shot for Jenks. They get in the match. Tops it is. Still open for business. There it is, at the door. And he's still in there. Just make Jimi Hendrix think. But if you're the man in orange and black, you still think it's so because I've got that break, that valuable break that gives me that breathing space. The time back now, Andy Jenkins.
Yeah, especially as it is all over this. Hence he's looking in his rearview mirror and he can see Andy Jenkins looming up large in the outside lane.
30.
You see many of players using brand new equipment. Andy Jenkins is one of those people. He's got a big old that he's had for years. A few years back, he went to a bigger set just to try and get stability through the air. But ultimately, when fighting with Jason's back, his own hashtag on Twitter, he went back to the kit to get some more speed and has been playing better with that setup.
Well, Jenkins had a really good chance there, just turn a screw a more. 2-2-1 down to 1-9-1, but Hendriks again, the trebles are here.
This is the same feel as the Cantel Alcinas game. It's very, very unusual. You just don't know where it's going to go.
And chance for Hendriks. Big.
150.
And
Double 16 for Jenks.
74.
Ooh, very nearly, but he will be back. Not the first.
yeah, he's got plenty of room for manoeuvre here as Jenkins, and well, he was 4-1 down, but he could be about to level the match at 4 apiece. And he said it before, it was a potential game changer, and looking back now, it was the case, because had that gone 5-1, really would have feared Jenkins. This was maintained as momentum. He needs to pull it as well as figuratively.
It's only experience. It's just the nous of game player in the 11 format. He knows not to panic. He knows he had an opportunity to back match. It was that 6th leg. You look at the people who have been around him in the last 20-25 years, the likes of Colin Monk, Paul Hogan,
60.
all great players, battering each other up every single week. And the benefit of that is that you get yourself in a battle, you think, all right, I did this.
Well, he's not going anywhere just yet, though, is he, Hendriks? Just greeting a little bit more passion and a bit more emphasis now. The parents are excited once again.
He's giving it the old Gerwin Price, isn't he? Celebrating every treble. Nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to against Jim, it's like you're poking a stick into a bulldog's cage.
Ton 40 here, Hendriks coming good at just the right.
99. You're at 81.
Tight. Ooh.
He got greedy.
Awkward. Very well. Jenkins but Jenkins is on 143, but
49.
Game change. How about this one?
Yeah, definitely. Well, if that had well, Hendriks has set out this double 16, and that double 16 bed might be a couple of millimetres narrow in a moment, given what's at
his dad. It was as if to say, what have you been doing, the lads? We've had three throw
Time flag, Jimmy to throw
from these guys. It's getting a bit anxious. And can Hendriks get the job done? In order to do so, he's going to have to hold in this leg. I feel if Andy gets this leg, he might just win the match.
Well, Hendriks needs to get out of the blocks here. And it's
140.
another ton for him on the spin last day. He's found another one here. Jenkins goes toe to toe.
140.
That is the hallmark of a very exercise right there. And he's matching Hendriks 40, one of his own. But Hendriks just keeps coming right at his route for one more around side. Okay, it's final dart, but okay, on 140 again to get down to 2-2-1. Once more, he's asking the question of Jenkins.
60.
Well, Jimmy Hendriks over the last couple of lessons and everything right.
He's had choice and he's got 79 or 70, 79, 81 bracket. Won't get down to that bracket here, though. Just lost his moment mentally.
And he really needs a one here. Come. And there's breathing space for Jimi Hendrix to take care of this game. All of a sudden, 151 does too bad when there's 104 behind.
He's gone to first. He found the 17s, but he couldn't find the tops. But he has a lot in hand here.
Well,
there's been sways in this game, but Jimi Hendrix all of a sudden.
Off camera's mother has her fingers crossed.
Shot.
She can uncross them now. She can celebrate the fact that her son is through to the second round of the European Matchplay here in Hamburg. Joy for the Dutch to round things off in the afternoon session. Andy Jenkins, World Championship semi-finalist from a decade ago, is beaten. It looks as though he was going to claw his way back into that one. He certainly pressure on the ground a little bit more in the final reckoning, and he comes through to take his place in the second round.